That's a good question. Don't know why. Restarted stream to see if that works. That's a good question.
Still says offline.
Yeah. OBS is reading that it is live. This is bad.
One second, I'm gonna post on the stream. Oh, never mind, it's up.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm not really sure what happened there. It just kind of... Don't know.
Okay, what'd I miss? 2 kills for purple team. I wish I had seen it.
Yeah, I missed that also, actually. That's awkward. So yeah, again, sorry about that, guys. We'll try and keep that from happening again. You know, we see the gold lead on blue teams up to 5K now, and we see Ezreal and Lee Sin trading a little bit in the mid lane.
Lee Sin could use some levels.
And some items, really. He has no health right now. He's got a Brutalizer and Merc Treads. That's not going to help him stand up to Ezreal or Zed.
He needs a little bit of everything right now.
And he's just not getting it. He is so far behind in farm compared to Shen. And Shen has close to 40 CS on him, and that for a jungler, that's huge. I mean, Shen has all the items that he needs to be tanky right now. He's got his Sunfire. He's got his No Magic Mantle. He's probably going to be getting Merc Treads soon enough, and he's just going to be tanky, tanky, tanky.
Shen trying to steal their blue.
He gets caught out, but he's just... And Lee Sin saved him. Lee Sin was like, hang on, buddy, I got you.
Definitely a save.
And we see the rest of the blue team coming in, and Lee Sin is just
And
so
it's a
low.
4v5.
And Lee Sin goes down
That was not what they needed. Graves is off to the side, blasting away. Sona's down.
Sona's down, and Ezreal might be going down.
Goes down.
Double kill for Renekton, and that's pretty good. But we see Graves trying to 2v1. Oh, but he gets picked off by... And Renekton just coming in.
So does Elise.
Triple. Is the Quadra? Is it for the Quadra? Is it going to happen? I don't... Quadra kill. And that's... Renekton's probably going to be the big factor in the rest of this game.
Oh, absolutely. Does too much damage, as I said earlier, too much damage to ignore, too much health to focus down.
And once they tried focusing them down, and then at that point they had already blown most of their abilities, and they didn't have anything to pick off the people they needed to pick off. Like, Lux relatively has full health after that fight.
Ezreal got his Iceborne Gauntlet. Here comes Sona trying to save the tower.
I don't know if that Iceborne Gauntlet's a rush item, really. I mean, it does give good stats and an AoE slow, but the damage... It's really all damage from your Q proc at that point.
Yeah, Renekton's not able to put out enough damage on Dragon to take that by himself.
Now we see blue team coming in to try and clean it up.
They'll be able to handle Dragon easily.
Yeah, and we see Shen coming back to this. He's got Merc Treads with a Ruby Sightstone. That's health and magic resist, which are both going to come in handy. What with Lux and Lulu just trying to poke him down, and he's going to be able to stand in the front and just take it.
Lee Sin finally gets some health with a Giant's Belt.
I think it's too little too late at this point.
Well, it's a start. Renekton diving around. He is certainly the MVP of Red Team right now. More farm for Renekton. More farm. 6 kills kills, 1 death, 189 CS. He is straight up the most profitable gold winner. Yeah, over 9,000 individual gold for him. And second, actually not too far behind, is Elise.
Elise is like 40 gold off from Renekton, which that could come in handy really well later because Elise had, like I said, has that percent damage health. She'll be able to just chip away at him, hopefully, little by little. And then if Ezreal decides to pick up a Blade of the Ruined King, that's a lot of percent damage that will come in handy for his team.
Well, if you see, Graves already has the Blade of the Ruined King. And he doesn't have a lot of kills, but he has a lot of assists. He's in those team fights and putting in a lot of damage, and he's managing to stay out of the fights and avoid a lot of the deaths some of his allies have been falling into. And those wards aren't staying around very long.
Both these AD carries, they're picking up items I wouldn't typically think they would rush. I figured Graves would kind of try and rush for like the Bloodthirster for that upfront damage, not so much trying to work on his auto attacks, whereas Ezreal went for more of an ability damage build instead of that straight up auto attacking damage that he needs to have later.
I think Graves recognized that how tanky his enemies are right now, especially Elise and Zed, and he's trying to, you know, curb some of the damage, stem the blood flow.
I mean, if they're just continue to push a tower like this, there's not much they can do. They have the poke comp with Lux.
Well, if they overextend themselves, then they're in danger again, because Purple has proven themselves to be capable at teamfights, so long as everyone's there.
And we saw Lux trying to give some poke at it, and she just got taken out to half health almost immediately, just with some long-range poke right back at her with Sona and Ezreal.
Keeping the pressure up all the way back to the base.
And that's what they should be doing. And because of the Shen threat here, he's be able to free farm down bottom while the other four just push mid. And there's nothing Red Team can really do about it, because if they try and send someone to Shen, then the four are just going to be able to push the tower and take it. And we actually see Zed splitting off now too, so it's really just 3 blue team taking up the whole of Red Team's time. There's no one else there trying to push that tower right now.
Split pushes. Zed, if Zed doesn't get stopped up here, he's going to just walk this turret down.
Which, I mean, Lee Sin went up there, but Lee Sin's going to lose that fight. And we see both teams converging top lane to try and kill Zed. And I can't help but wonder if they should have just taken mid tower. Because, I mean, Renekton was going to be the only one there. And they had the wave clear to just get in there. And both teams are just trying to clear these waves as quick as possible to either defend or get these towers down. And Red Team having only the 1 tower down really gimped their gold input, because, I mean, Blue Team has 6. That's a lot of gold. Yeah.
They're all scattering to the winds now.
Lee Sin missed his Q onto Sona and just gets poked down by Ezreal for his troubles.
Blues gathering up again in Red's jungle, considering Baron.
I don't see any red wards on Baron right now, and so I think they're thinking Blues taking it while Blues are sitting in bushes recalling. Now, if they had the damage, I'd say now would be a good time for Red Team to try and go for it, but I don't think they have the damage.
Absolutely not.
And with Renekton being by far the tankiest one on the team, he'd take a lot of damage from the Baron, and he wouldn't be able to tank through Blue Team, I would think.
Oh, absolutely not.
We see Blue Team Shen trying to go around Baron, just looking around. But I mean,
seeing where they are.
Both teams now have a ward in Baron Pit.
No purple wards in Blue Team's inventory, though, so they can't see any other wards that Red puts down. However, they have everything warded up to high heaven right now. Oh, wait, no. There's an oracle on Elise. She can see that ward.
We see Lulu picking up an oracles as well, and a pink ward. And so Lulu right now is just going to try and clear as much of this vision. She needs to get her team hidden. She needs to hide. It's a game of hide and seek right now, and she's losing desperately.
Pretty sure she saw that ward over by Sona. Shen pushing bot, like it's his job.
We see blue team going for some Baron action, kind of.
Here's the thing about Shen. He can be pushing this lane as much as he wants, and if his team gets into trouble without him, he's just going to teleport in. And if not, he can just keep pushing. Ah, Lee Sin misses his Q again.
And that's just the story of this game.
Just like I predicted.
And Ezreal still goes down, and this is a bad fight for blue team. Actually, we see Zed trying to pick off Renekton, but Renekton just has so much health. Sona's gonna live, but Elise gets squirreled, and she's still just on top of Graves. Graves goes down, but now it's Shen and Sona. Oh, Sona gets picked up by Lulu. And now we can see if Shen and Lee Sin and
Jungle Wars.
And are they going to be able to pick up Shen here? That's the question.
Renekton should be able to, unless
Shen taunts over the wall.
Away.
Oh, he flashed.
No, flashes.
And are they going to keep chasing? Renekton decides that he really shouldn't be chasing right now, or no, he's going the long way. Going the long way around.
Yeah,
while he's there, he's just going to steal blue. Why not?
So that was good for red there. 3 for 4, and a blue out of it.
Their lanes though didn't end up going anywhere, which would have helped them out a lot more than probably that blue did.
Well, they were just fortunate that they didn't lose a turret.
And Lulu's clearing those wards again, and we see pings coming out from both teams. Pings onto Ezreal, pings onto Red's jungle. Red team saying, get mid, we need to defend this now. Because Shen's already down bottom. He's ready. His ult's down, but he's still going to try and split push that lane.
Lee Sin with the Warmogs. Finally, not entirely squishy.
But he's 70 CS behind Shen. Shen has a frozen mount.
Still well behind.
Yeah, Shen has so many more items than he should. And this is what I mean. Shen wasn't able to get shut down. He got a bunch of early kills, assists. He's been farming like a maniac all game. He's getting the farm he needs to be unkillable. And we see that every fight he teleports into. No one can kill him. They can't focus on him. And when they save him for last, he just cleans up.
Now Elise's teleport is up, so she's not going to be far. And this is bad news for Renekton.
If Renekton goes down, that could possibly spell game. But
there he goes.
If blue team decides to do a concentrated push here, they can easily tank an inhibitor turret and take it. And without much trouble, really. Whoa! We see a lot of damage. A lot of damage coming out from Lux.
Ez was not prepared to be for that.
And that's why wards over the wall help. Lux knew exactly where he was, and she just took him to town.
That's gonna slow down any push or dragon or Baron attempts by blue team.
It's definitely still doable, especially with Elise in spider form. But that Ezreal's damage would have really sealed it, and they would have been able to take it without a problem.
Renekton's going to be coming up before Ezreal. Lee Sin safeguarding away from Zed danger.
I'm noticing nobody in the game right now has a level 3 boots. No one's opting for the enchants.
Top lane being pushed by minions. Renekton taking care of that.
Renekton's also been farming like a maniac this whole game. He's got top CS in the game, 254, and he's just so tanky. Without, I think he might have more health than Shen. He's got 3-7, I think.
And Shen's got 3-6.
So he does have more health, but when Shen puts his shield up, his shield's putting out about another 250 health, which would then put him above Renekton by a small margin. But even still, that could change the fight, actually. And Shen's just dancing. He knows no one can kill him.
Renekton has far more damage than Shen, though. Looks like Shen's looking to build. He's got an average blade. He's looking. Oh gosh, why can't I think of what it's called?
Shen's probably gonna pick up a static shiv, and he's just gonna split push this game until victory, basically. Because once he gets really strong in that split push, that static shiv, he's gonna be on tower in no time. And unless red team
comes into top,
and red team just has no reaction yet, they're gonna try and send all.
No, they shouldn't. They should have just let the turret.
Which, I mean, they did lose the turret, but I mean, Lulu and Lee Sin are already up top, and Lux is just in the back. But I mean, bottom tower's pushed, mid tower's pushed. I mean, there's not much they can do. They're gonna lose.
They need to initiate.
And they're not tanky enough, though. I feel like if they just force and initiate, even on tower, they'll lose. They don't have the damage or the health, really, just to survive.
Shen trying to push down and inhib. Lulu harassing.
And Shen knows he can just sit there all day and not even worry about it. Because, I mean, Lulu doesn't do any auto attack damage, really.
Push comes to shove, he just teleports away.
And Zed's just having a good old time in bottom lane, keeping Renekton busy. And while Renekton's busy down bottom, red team can't try and push the mid lane out with an initiate, and Shen's just staying top. Like, red team's being completely held at bay by 3 members of blue team. That does not look good for them.
Well, even though those members of blue team are far away, they're not far at all. They always have teleports and gap closers to just get right back in the fight. So all red can do is sit there and sit pretty. Shen coming out for some more. Lee Sin missing his Q again.
I mean, this Lee Sin hasn't been hitting a lot of Qs, and really I believe that's a huge staple of Lee Sin. You need your Qs to be overly effective. And we see an initiate go down bottom.
Graves needs to be down there with them and not just.
Yeah, the slow and the stun. Slow and the stun from Zed and Elise just sort of stopped that right dead. But I mean, there's still 4 of them coming back, and with Graves top, they're not going to be able to put out enough damage to get a kill. They might be able to clear the wave, but the damage on tower is just going to go.
If Lux can snipe out Ez or Sona, that'll change the dynamic in a hurry.
She's getting hit, like, poked down hard by Elise and Zed, though. Eventually she'll have to back, and then her presence won't be as big in that way. She'll still have it all.
Fortunately for Red, they don't need to go very far to go back. This is where Baron really comes in handy, not just from the damage and the gold, but from the health regen. You can help keep the pressure steady.
Which blue team is just keeping steady anyway. They have the health regen from Sona heal. They have the security of a Shen teleport. They have just minions all day long. The people that need the lifesteal have it. not much really red team can do to force them out of the lanes, except for a really hard engage, and even then could turn badly because they're just going to get turned on, really.
10k gold in the lead, blue team is. Even though they're only up 4 kills now, they have an immense gold advantage.
And that's from the 6 tower advantage. They've gotten the last few dragons. I mean, they've been on tower too. They're just CSing for days, and there's red teams trying to hold on, but without pushing towers, without getting Baron, that gold lead's going to stay the way it is.
Trying to harass Shen a bit here.
And that shield came up and just really didn't do much.
Sona being a bit aggressive.
And she does have the bulwark.
Outside of their ring here.
Shen misses the taunt.
Going in, trying to take out Elise, nice and quick.
And he gets stunned and he turns on to Shen, and Shen's just gonna sit there and tank it. Lasers,
stunned,
music, and Graves forced out of the fight. Lee Sin's forced out of the fight.
Back in.
And Renekton just dies. There's too much damage on blue team, too much health. Red team's trying, but they can't even get away. So that's a 2 for none trade, and Lee Sin and Graves are both low health. And he did blow ult in that fight.
Yeah.
We see Renekton as home guard now, but he's still got a 40-second death timer. But,
oh, that's a dead Sona.
And she lived. Oh, nope, there she is.
No, she didn't.
It was.
And Ez feels the wrath of the turret.
Yep. And then Zed just flashes away and lives to fight another day.
So it ends up being a 2 for 2, plus an inhibitor. However, Reds could be back on their feet long before Blue will.
With the super creeps coming in that top lane, however, I don't know if they'll be able to push hard enough to make it worth it right off the bat. They may need to wait until that inhibitor comes up. If they can get a tower early, then that'd be huge. But we see Elise pushing down bottom lane back. We see top lane pushing itself to do the super creeps. And red team's not massing mid. They're trying to stop those super creeps right now.
Lee Sin might be able to get in there and do something. Lee Sin also with the home guard. Zed missing his ult. Finally, a Q hits.
It's like he's aiming for the tankiest person on the team. And Zed wave clear is just going to end that tower. They're not going to be able to push that.
Stunned. He needs to get out.
And it's a nice home guard away. And Lux taking that Ezreal ult and taking a good amount of damage even through the shield.
Those Elise stuns are coming in fast and furious. Oh, Shen missing with his taunt there.
And the Lux Bind comes out to
W
stop him.
helps his team escape. There are so many wards over by Baron right now.
And yet,
Nobody
no vision
taking
wards.
a second chance.
There's all these sight wards, but no vision wards. But I don't see an Oracles on red team. Oh, no, Lulu has one. But
They're going for it.
no Oracles on blue team, though. They don't see the wards. Red team knows about this. They're going to try and collapse. But Shen's bottom. He has his ultimate up, and he's just taking top tower. Or bottom tower. And red team's trying to force it. And that was just all waste of time, really. I mean, red team lost an inhibitor. Blue team's keeping them from backing. Shen could get this. He does get the inhibitor, and he could move on to these Nexus towers if we wanted.
He's going to block their escape.
He's going to solo tower. And he took almost no damage, and he's just going to flash away. And that gives another free... That gives free Baron to blue. Blue team...
Free Baron to blue.
right now, blue team is so coordinated, and red team is just frantic. They're all over the map. They don't know what to do right now.
This is going to be the final push, most likely, unless red can pull something out of their butts. Top tower is taking a whole bunch of damage. It's not going to last very long.
Right now, red team needs a miracle. They need, like, all 5 members to try and solo, like, base tower or something. I don't know.
There's Renekton charging
He's
him with his
dancing.
ult.
He's dancing.
Down goes ult. Or, Lux.
Dancing crocodile. Lux is
Zed goes
down. Renekton's getting away, but Lee Sin's half health. And this... Graves is at full health, but that third inhibitor goes down.
That home guard comes in handy.
The third inhibitor goes down. Each lane now has an extra super creep. All the minions are stronger. And blue team is just sitting in this base right now.
The thing about blue is they're not going to get a bigger advantage than they have now. If the longer this goes, the longer red can stall it out, they have a chance to come back.
I'm trying to figure out which champs would benefit most from time on red team. I mean, Renekton's probably going to be maxed out soon. He won't be able to really get much stronger than now. He can build his Black Cleaver and his Maw, but after that he's done. He doesn't have much more. He can't build anything after that. And he'll really plateau and start going down at that point.
Well, Shen's already built everything he's going to build.
Yeah.
As has Elise and Zed.
I mean,
well, no, Zed's still got room for a Black Cleaver.
And Elise still has Chalice to upgrade.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. It's this advantage that you know, blue's gonna cap out before red does. I mean, they have 3 players at about peak, and red only has 1.
They'll cap out earlier, but I mean, even at their cap out, they're still stronger than red team at the moment. Blue team just has the advantage. And now with double super creeps going in every lane, all red teams split.
Nope. Top inhibitor's back.
Well, I mean, there's at least one wave of double creep there, but I mean,
yeah,
red teams seem to be able to clear it fast enough. And we see 4 members of blue team grouping up for top tower.
They're gonna take that top inhib again.
Sona gets spotted by a ward. We see double oracles coming out, one on Sona, one on Shen. And they're just gonna...
Zed's out of place, though.
Zed might just go for those Nexus towers. He might just ignore the team fight altogether. We see a double taunt coming out on Shen. Renekton ulting going in.
Hit going down.
The crescendo comes out, but it only hits Lulu.
Oh no! Oh no, Lulu!
Zed gets right in there. Doesn't even care. Just man mode.
Down goes Shen.
Renekton, Lulu go down.
Lulu. And
Graves locks. That's
game.
Yeah, blue wins. GG, maybe Reedy. And that's an ace.
That's the game.
GG.
So after 50 minutes, long game.
That was a pretty long game.
All right, should we go interview the players?
Yeah. Do you know what rooms they're in? I think one of them's in Fiora, and I think the other, I don't know what the other one is, honestly.
I see. I see. Here we go. Fiora. That's purple team.
It looks like there's only 2 left in there. I mean, we can go interview them. Yeah, let's
go.
Alright.
Hey guys. Well played.
I suppose.
What do you think really went wrong there? What do you think led to your downfall?
Honestly, I think there were certain times we could have engaged before we lost too many towers. I think that was one thing that could have been better. We should have engaged more, especially with some of the Lux bindings that we did hit. we were all kind of waiting for like, well, this ult could have happened first, and it's like, well, we probably should have just all went in at the same time instead of waiting for a sign. Also, that Baron situation, when Shen was pushing, we thought, okay, we should go do Baron, and we were going to at least stop him from doing it, but we found out too late that they weren't actually doing Baron, they were feigning to do Baron while Shen went up, and then as soon as we went to try to stop him, they would do Baron for free, so that was definitely another mistake.
That was a bad situation to be in there. There wasn't really much you could do.
Because personally, I was like, I don't want to go for Shen because Shen's too tanky. Why waste our time trying to chase someone we're never going to kill? But at the same time, I didn't want them to get a free Baron either, so it was kind of like, I even now, I'm still considering what was the best choice. Was just to let them have Baron and stop him from doing the inhibs? Probably.
True, I mean, that was just, you had to make a choice, and both were bad. There was no good choice that you were either going to lose Baron or you're going to lose Tower Inhib, and in the end, you really just ended up losing both, which would have happened either way, probably. How do you think the lanes went, like early game? The game seemed pretty even.
Well, I was the ADC. Bot was whatever. Ezreal, Sona, good poke lane, but Graves, Lulu a lot more tankier, have decent damage mitigation. Not really worried about that. The teleports from the enemy mid lane though were spot on when they came in, and of course because they do have Shen after level 6, if I can't burst any of them down enough, Shen will just come in. So they have good map control with the teleport and Shen. I'm not really sure what happened with the other lanes, to be perfectly honest with you.
I mean, Shen just has that type of gameplay where there isn't a lot of counterplay. He can just split push all day and be right back in the fight immediately.
Yeah. So unless we had another global, which we didn't, besides a Lux teleport, which was used at one point in time to save middle, which might have been able to use to stop top. Regardless of that particular situation, just Shen himself is just difficult to deal with, especially in a 5v5 situation. Solo queue is different because no one communicates, but here we have Mumble, we're communicating, it's a totally different ball game, and I think the next time if we do play together, Shen will definitely be a ban just because of his influence.
He is a little insane like that.
Alright, well, GG guys, and if anyone would like to tell us what room the other team is in, that'd be wonderful.
They're in Kale.
They're in Kale, yeah.
Alright, thank you. We'll go visit them.
Alright.
Hello, guys.
Congratulations, blue team, and I hate to say it, but cats are better.
I mean, we all knew this was going to happen from the beginning. Cats always win.
Hey, no, I
Cats are bad.
Yeah, I'm a dog person, so...
well, we arbitrarily decided at the beginning of the game that if you guys won, you would establish as cats as the superior animal. If the other teams had won...
I didn't get any notification of this, or I definitely would have threw that.
But
Dogs are better.
he already tried to, so...
You already threw the game. How and why would you do that?
I was trying to throw it even harder, though. I would have.
It was just too easy, though. Just too easy.
Well, that sounds like a shot, actually. Are you sure you want to be saying that?
No, he's right. Throwing a game is extremely easy if you know what you're doing.
He's experienced.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience throwing games.
No, I was talking about
Solo
the game being easy. Not RJB
Yeah, I know,
being
but we always trash talk, so we try to avoid that.
easy. Please.
Alright, well, we have some questions for you guys. I think I'm going to have to say Shen is the MVP. Shen, step forward.
Do we have a Shen?
Yeah, he's in here.
He's in
just
here.
shy. He doesn't talk a lot.
Well.
Now you put him on the spot. That's horrible. Why
His
is
mic broke.
Mumble broke. Alright.
His mumble broke. Okay, so we can't interview Shen. Well, we did notice he was a very late pick for you guys. We thought maybe you guys weren't banning him so that you could pick him first, and then he made it all the way to like 5th pick before he got picked.
No, we didn't discuss it. He just picked it last pick without really talking about it.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're jungle, and you
Pick whatever you want.
So how do you guys feel about the laning phase there? Zed, you were all over the place.
Yeah, I was really behind at top after that Lee Sin gank, so the only thing I could do was like gank for mid, and it worked out.
Sona Ez, how did you guys feel against all that pressure down bot?
There wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of poking, but we weren't really worried.
Yeah, the poke was annoying, but I was more concerned about Graves just dashing and buckshotting and blinding me so I couldn't respond.
I
But
don't think they understood what Sona does, lowering the burst of their champion.
Yeah, what ended up happening was they would try and slow both of us, usually hit Sona more than myself. He would dash in, Sona would like do her power chord, whatever, and then I would get auto attack Q, auto attack, and then we'd win the trade, and then I'd lifesteal it off more than they could.
Right, that
Lifesteal is a good thing. Yeah, you guys just had so much poke, so much all over the mapness. If that's a thing. There wasn't really much Red could do to get back into the game other than hard engages. And did you guys realize that they were just too far behind to do that?
No, that was actually, we were just like scared that they were going to actually hard engage on us, because that probably would have meant we would have lost, because they had a much tankier team and we really didn't have the penetration to take it out.
I mean, Renekton was really the only tanky one for like, what, half the game? I think it took Lee Sin to get like a Giant's belt even.
We were really worried about Renekton, which is why I didn't use my ult as much. We could have probably won that way earlier, but I was playing it really careful because of Renekton.
Yeah. It wasn't until that last team fight that I was really able to even put a dent in Renekton.
Yeah, I mean, he was just all up in your guys' space. But, I mean, did you guys just kind of, like, try and ignore him and kite him and just worry about the rest of the team? And then let him get a kill or two, pretty much? I mean, he just kind of sat there.
I mean, later in the fights, I stood back and just tried to help S, while Zed and Shen just tanked their whole team. And it worked out.
Well, it worked out for you guys.
You guys, yeah.
I think the Shen pick really won us the game. The ability to put Renekton down. I think that was really...
the split push from Shen helped a lot, and that was a great pickup for you guys.
Yeah, ultimately I feel like that's the reason we were able to win, because we were able to just like siege one tower and have Shen take another one out and just slowly gain map control, because if we didn't have that map control, I feel like we would have had more hard engages on us. And that would have been bad, because I really don't think we could have handled a 5-on-5, or not a 5-on-5, but mid-game a 5-on-5 fight would have not gone well.
I mean, mid to late game, you guys were holding 5 of Red Team off with 3 of you guys. Zed and Shen were both in the other lanes, and all of Red Team trying to stop 3 of you.
I think at that point they were just kind of scared of us. You know, with Shen, he's got that ultimate that lets him come back in and save us. And then you've got 2 people that they eventually had to go send and stop Zed and Shen.
Absolutely.
Alright, well, thank you guys. GG. Real nice win, and we are going to head back to the caster booth for a minute.
Alright. Thanks, guys.
Good game.
Alright, well that was certainly exciting, and I am sad for dog lovers everywhere.
Cats rule, dogs rule. And I think that's just going to wrap it up. We are going to get right into setting up the next game. It is set to start in about 13 minutes, and we'll get that up as soon as possible for you guys.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks again. I am the Doctor. This is Death Squirrel, and have a good day.
Good day.
Definitely. OBS.